Welcome to Qualified Talk Panel. This is where you go to live out loud, take big risks, and shake things up. But first, we've got to break down the lies we've all been told. So buckle up, lean in, get ready, because this show is about to start.
I think we're crazy enough, and that's where I want to talk about in this next spot that I spoke. It says, talk to yourself, argue with yourself, get uncomfortable with yourself. We're not crazy enough anymore. We're too polished, we're too corporate, and we're too suit and tie about life, right? So, but we come from nature, and nature is chaotic, beautiful, but chaotic. No two branches are the same, no pattern is perfect. So why do we admire the imperfections of nature but reject our own? Life is a battle, but against other people. It's you versus you, and the moment you put your growth above the opinions watching you, everything shifts. You're not here to live for anyone else. This is your experience.
Welcome to Qualified. I'm Antoine.
And I'm Derek.
And welcome to the show, guys. That clip that we just saw, I think that that is a really good way to look at life. I knew Jesus from, we were like 16, and he really branched out and started doing his own stuff. Hello, Derek. How was your weekend?
I'm fine. Weekend was good, rather busy, but it was good.
Yeah.
Did you do anything exciting this weekend?
Just worked. I just worked, doing stuff. I told you that I'm moving to upstairs.
Right. So how do you feel about that? Packing up again?
Not really packing now. I mean, because it's in the building. I could just walk the stuff up.
Okay. I hope you're not doing it all by yourself.
No. They have to go to move the furniture.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I worked Friday. I worked all week, but I did work Friday night as well.
Friday night?
Yeah, overnight at my part time. I did do that Friday. Then I was with my mom yesterday, and we went to a birthday celebration in Crystal City.
Whose birthday?
One of my cousins. She turned 80, so we went to the birthday party at Ruth Chris in Crystal City. Oh. And last night I went to a game party last night in Bowie.
Okay.
And
what did you order from Ruth Chris?
I had the salmon.
Okay.
Salmon with sauteed spinach. And they had salad and mashed potatoes, which I really don't eat mashed potatoes.
You don't eat mashed potatoes?
And cream spinach. No.
You order mashed potatoes and cream spinach?
No, they had that as that was a family style. They put that on the table, but you had a choice of certain menu items. That's what you had. So we didn't have to pay for anything. It was all paid for.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's even better.
That was for the whole crew. It was like almost 100 people.
Well, get out of town.
They do it big sometimes.
Money over there. Well, we wasn't on this. That time. We celebrated my dad's birthday. He turned 70 this year.
Oh yeah, I was so unfortunate I couldn't make it.
Yeah, I told him.
I couldn't make that. It's a lot going on these days, between working and my mother and life.
Life is life.
Yeah. So sometimes life is life and too much. And then work crap. Oh my God.
Are they getting on your nerves?
Not really, but some of my staff is leaving. Some of my clients have died. I'm like, it's a lot going on.
Wow. So then you have to take over the brunt.
Yes. These new employees. Ugh.
That could be taxing.
It is. It's annoying.
So there was this clip about I think what's happening now in the Black church, that a lot of people are talking about. They're uncovering different things that were taught to us growing up that people never really asked questions about. And now I think that this generation just said they're answering the questions that nobody would dare to ask.
Hear me and hear me clearly. If I bring you a stitch, it's finna hit. Listen to what this man said.
You just made this really cogent and interesting analysis about everything that we got from the church. A lot of people think about the things that the church harvests from us.
Yeah.
Money, influence, power, all of that stuff. And I think now because we're not in the church like we used to be, and because almost everything is up for analysis and over-analysis, we're asking questions about whether or not the church is worth it, whether or not we are actually getting a return on our investment for what we've put into the black church, and whether or not the structures of the church are serving the black communities writ large the way that they should. One, what do you think about the conversation? And two, what case do you make for the importance of the black church today?
Whew, great question. I'm going to make a parallel between the black church and black parents raising kids in poverty, and specifically so it can be relevant to my life. I grew up with not a lot, discipline, getting whooped, can't ask questions. I both can appreciate and understand what my parents did, tried to do with their knowledge, and also recognize they got it wrong in XYZ way, right? But I also understand that they didn't necessarily mean harm, and they didn't know no better. David So put me onto this idea that poor parents often ruled with fear because they didn't have time to discipline any other way. I can't explain to you why you can't do X, Y, and Z. Don't touch it, because I gotta go to work. Don't question me because I said so, because I gotta go to work. Not because I don't love you, not because literally don't have the time to discipline you any different way. And I think the church has done a lot of harm. It's the same way our parents did a lot of harm. And at the same time, just because you didn't mean to do something, it doesn't remove you from the harm you caused, right? I get in trouble all the time for talking about the black church was homophobic, right? Black Christians hate when I say that, but it is true. I was taught to be homophobic sitting in church 5 times a week. I had to unlearn that because it's important to me that I am welcoming and inclusive of all black people. And I realized as an adult, and it wasn't even the church that changed. It wasn't my parents. It was the birth of my son was the first time I had a thought that was like, yeah, I don't really care if this boy is gay or straight. This is my son. And I'm gonna say one thing too. Went to a church. Our choir director was gay. This nigga was amazing songwriter, amazing arranger, amazing choir director. Our church was like, don't talk about that, but do be part of the choir.
Didn't do the music, yeah.
For me, it was incongruent to me that we can use your gifts, but deny your humanity. Like, it's, he gay, but he writing them songs, and them songs are moving people, right? I mean, we in here crying to his songs, his arrangement. God is using him. Yeah. You can't make me believe I didn't feel what I feel. So I don't discount everything the church is, but I also cannot not acknowledge the harm that was done. And I think you hold space for both of those. I did this.
Yeah. That's when you know that you've evolved. Yeah.
I said hold space and I did this.
Yeah, those are two.
And I think in most things are not inherently good or evil. The black church was great at so many things, but it got things wrong. Same way black parents were good at so many things, culture, respect.
Callum, were you a part of the church growing up?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, but not as much. Like,
you're Baptist, right?
And I'm Baptist.
My mom, she was in the choir, and I was in the choir, but
because most black people went to church every day of the week. Were you one of those households?
When we were growing up, we went to church Sundays.
you didn't have Bible study enough.
We didn't go to Bible study. It was Wednesday night. But that happened when I was an adult. I went to Bible study and choir rehearsals and fasting and sunrise service, all that. So I'm Baptist as well. So,
do you guys remember what was said about homosexuality? Was that a taboo? You don't talk about it. The choir director.
They didn't talk about it too much. I wasn't paying attention.
They didn't really talk about too much of it, but it seems like now when you go to church, they more solidify it now because I guess it's so much in the public. And they use their own Bible interpretations to defend this or not to defend this.
And that's what he was saying in the video.
And that's the part that I don't like. Because people take their own interpretation and make it like it's law.
The truth, the law. Exactly.
They think it's law, and it's not law.
Right. That's just your interpretation.
Yeah, exactly. It's your interpretation.
So relax.
Exactly, because there's nothing wrong with homosexuality. There's nothing wrong with it's something. It's sin in everything. So gay, straight, bi, whatever. There's always sin in everything.
Well, I'm at the point where I'm not arguing. Believe what you want to believe. I'm not doing it anymore. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe.
Right. And I just think the church is to stay out of that portion of society because it's thin ice. And these young kids get into church and they feel one thing and then they get confused. Am I doing something wrong? Maybe I should go kill myself because of the interpretation that the that the
Mm-hmm.
minister said
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Right, and that's the thing that the heterosexual people don't realize. They just spew all these things, but they're really people that are struggling.
Absolutely.
You know?
People are struggling every day, and not only with the economy, with their own sexuality and other things in life.
Yes, and like I went to when I was supervisor at Marshall's. This gentleman who was gay threw himself over off a building because the mother never really accepted his sexuality. They were from the South. Smart boy. When I got to the field, because the management, we all went there. It was people from all walks of life. This man had traveled.
Wow.
And that the mother just,
just threw him away.
So
and how old was he?
He, I think we were around the same age.
Okay.
I think we were around the same age.
Wow.
But he was a pharmacy tech.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to get those types of medications.
Right.
And I think that he had was hallucinating, whatever, and just brawled over the.
No, that's horrible.
And what's so bad, it was a TJ Maxx, and we're down at Marshall's. So we got a phone call as it actually happened.
Oh my God.
And she's leaving out of Marshall's to see that.
His mom.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I thought that was
that's too much.
People have to,
that's a lot going on.
Yeah, people need to be mindful of stuff that you say.
Yes.
Because people.
And if you don't know, please get the help that you need from some other authority versus someone within the family, because they may not know and they give you the bad interpretation. Mm-hmm. So reach out to outside help or a close friend or somebody else other than the family that threw you into the situation. Because if you need therapy, reach out and get some therapy, because there's nothing wrong with getting therapy.
Well, some people don't know all the time that they need therapy. I paid attention to other people's experience. I remember when I found out that I was dead inside. That was September. I'll never forget. It was September 11th. I was 27, and for the life of me, I could not understand why people were so upset that people that they didn't know died.
Oh.
So I was like, why? I really struggled to understand. I was like, why do you care? Like, it wasn't you. But people's look on people's face that made me. I was like, okay, Antoine, maybe something is a little off with you.
Yeah, that's because as humans, we are supposed to.
You're supposed
be sympathetic
and have compassion.
Yes, compassion, sympathetic, empathy, all of that.
But it got worse and stuff after that. And then I seen other people's, after I would get into arguments and stuff, just the looks in people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you need to talk to somebody. And I was like,
what?
I thought I was doing God's work.
Right, right.
But that's just not.
Yeah.
And I learned and I did other things. So I encourage other people to do the same. What did you think about that couple? That with the boy that was got really drastic with the young lady because she wanted to break up with him.
Why can't you just leave me alone? I'm asking you to leave though. But I'm asking you to leave. Kiwan, I'm asking you to leave. Why can't you just leave? Why can't you just leave?
I'm telling you.
Just leave. Leave so I don't have to.
I'm telling you, bro.
Why can't you just leave?
Because I don't cheat, bro. You gonna believe me or not,
bro? That message says 4/17/2024.
Go cheat, bro. Go cheat. I want you to, bro. Go cheat.
Cause you want me to die?
I get it, bro. I don't give a bro.
You want me to die?
Life, bro.
You want me to die?
Bro.
So you really gonna? So you really gonna? So you gonna kill me because you don't want to leave? So you gonna kill me because you don't want to leave me alone? Is what you telling me?
Yes, bro. Cause I don't cheat, bro.
I don't know what happened between her and this dude. But I'm going to say to that dude, fam, this ain't it. That is not the way you handle it. I don't give a damn how much you want to let her know you don't cheat. Whatever. That's never cool to say. And to the women that be in these situations, hopefully she's still here and breathing and she cool. Anytime a man threatens your life, that should be the last straw. It should be no coming back from that. Because men who are mentally well would never joke or play or say anything that serious. I'm going to woo, like he said. Like, nah, that's never the case. You can tell that he is still battling with how he feel about things. So one of the worst or dangerous things in this world is a man who don't understand how he feels, so he don't know how to regulate his emotions, so he just do whatever comes to mind. Sweetheart, hopefully y'all done talking. Hopefully you never mess with him again. Take that video to the police, get a restraining order, whatever you need to do, lock his ass up, whatever needs to be. That is never cool. I only react to this video because I know for a fact a lot of women go through this. My best friend went through this and she's no longer with us. She had been with us in over 15 years. Come on, man. Yeah, you don't play like that.
Oh, I think that's horrible.
Wasn't that ugly?
Yeah, that's very ugly.
If someone is talking that he got graphic. He said if I found out you had another person's penis in you, I'm gonna go off. And so she said, so you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, he was.
He said, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he was threatening to kill her, and I think that's totally off the top. But there's many relationships with people who say, if I can't have it, then nobody else will. And I think that's horrible. I don't, if someone, that's a red flag for me if I heard that.
But some people you don't know until you're in it. Like
yeah,
my first relationship, I didn't know until I was in it, and at the time I didn't have the skills to
interpret
to swim.
Yeah.
Because
I get that.
He got me fresh out of high school, and I didn't know shit.
I get it because I've been in abusive relationships, like I told you as well, and that just I thought I could save him, but you're actually damaging yourself.
You did work.
Yes.
Can you say a little bit more about it? Because I forgot what happened.
Yeah, he was.
How old were you?
I was 30. I was 30. He was 29 at the time.
But you had been in relationships before.
Yes, but
that weren't abusive.
That weren't abusive. But when that happened, I think my struggle with myself was getting with the wounded birds and trying to help.
That's right. You did say you had that. You still do that today?
No, absolutely not. No.
Because remember that guy that was at my house that you wanted to hear his story?
Mm-hmm.
And you said, I said, Derek.
And
like, no, wait. But you wanted to help the wounded bird.
Yeah.
I said, no, he's not. He's going to do
what he wants to do. He did what he wanted to do.
He wants to do. Derek wants to find out. He wants to be a problem solver.
And
give him wings to fly.
I'm no longer a psychiatrist.
People are going to be who they are.
Yes, because they give you warning signs.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to adhere to the message when you present it.
Yeah. I wanted you to take a look at this video of this guy, this little kid. I think he looks about 16 in the video, but he's talking about he wants to be in charge of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So the trash bag breaks and he finds a condom and he goes to the mother. Everybody has a camera phones on there. He told his mother that one of her kids, not his brother or sister, is having sex.
Mom.
Colton, you is not going to be on this camera all day, is it?
No. This is going to be my last time for the day, but you got to talk to your children. I think it's time for that talk.
With who?
All four of them.
All four of who?
Your children. All four of your boys.
What happened, Colton?
So, it was my day to take out the trash, right? And you already know you like to buy them little cheap trash bags. I don't know why. And as I was taking it, it was a little too heavy, so I had to drag it. So by the time I got to the grass over there, Mom, it burst, right? I was going to leave it, but I was like, no, there's littering. So I picked it up, and Mom, I seen 4 condom boxes, empty.
Well, what you want me to do? At least they use them.
Mom, but it was the cheap ones.
That had to be Nate.
Mom, you already
that was Nate all day. He the only one gonna buy the cheap ones.
Mom, I don't know, but you need to start back buying their condoms because you already know the cheap ones, they don't work for real. And I don't need no chances. I'm already over here worrying about you having another kid. I don't need to worry about them folk having another kid or having a kid.
Cody, that's what you got on the camera for.
Yes, Mom, but that's not all. If it was 4 boxes, that means, Mom, they doing that uncontrollably. You need to talk.
Okay, okay, I talked to Nate. Nate the only one gonna buy the cheap ones. Okay, I talked to him.
And I know how Trey had some because it was also 1 box of her pleasures. Trey the only one that used her pleasures.
Cody, Cody, get out, back, Cody.
Bye, Mom.
But you know that I think that was wrong because that could have been from the parent, not from the child. It could have been from the parent.
Yes.
So I think that was a little bit overboard.
Yeah, a lot overboard. So this other clip is when the daughter. They said that a mother dated her.
The daughter's ex-boyfriend.
The mother took her man and said she go choose who she want to choose. The daughter sitting right here with the.
You basically did that over a guy. Our whole relationship failed because of one person. Like, all I asked you was to block the person. I asked you to block. Mom, well, you could have just.
Want you. He said in his face, "I don't want you." How stupid can you be?
You were supposed to be on my side, but you stood on that man's side. Like, what? You called him up. You called him up and told him to choose you. Like, what?
Stupid. You stupid.
You literally chose a guy over me. I asked you to block. Bro, you keep talking about he chose you. I'm talking about my mom. I'm not talking about the guy. I don't care who he.
Yeah, but you have to think about. Remember Jerry Springer? They used to have that all the time on there.
But would you find that as a problem, or would you be like,
"That's a problem"?
That's a problem. Well, you have parents that smoke weed with their children.
That's a problem. I think it's a problem. But you know,
what you think?
But you know, everybody's like, "It's legal here, it's legal there."
See, the younger generation.
Yeah.
For me, like that's the same thing with. For me, it's like the same thing with drinking with your parents. Like you don't drink with your dad.
Yeah, but drinking is different. I think you don't.
But the thing with this, you drink with your father older, not younger.
Well, yeah, I was older. I mean, I wasn't a teenager. I was like.
Well, that's different.
But walk me through this, Khaled. So you said like y'all will roll a joint together and like.
No, she would see me smoke and be like, "Let me hit that."
But you were in your 20s.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
like,
different.
Not like a kid. Like,
okay.
I would never condone that type of foolishness.
Right. If you're over the age of 21, let's just put that out there. Over 21, you're smoking or having a drink with your parents.
I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't, because I feel funny cussing in front of my father. Like now, and I'm 53.
My dad was a different thing. I would cuss in front of my mom.
You'll cuss in front of your father? Now?
I mean, he passed away.
I'm sorry.
I would like when it's a mom and a dad is two different things. Like I wouldn't cuss in front of my mom.
True.
My dad, me and my dad had a different type of relationship.
Okay.
But I thought you were closer with your mom.
I am. But that's why I wouldn't curse in front of him.
Okay.
My dad, we were more of like I'll show you guys.
Were you scared of him?
Not when I got older, but when I was little, yeah, because that belt was vicious. I used to hide that belt.
So you got beatings.
But I think everybody has beatings.
Did you get beatings?
Yes, I had
Who
beatings.
Who beat you?
Both.
I can't see you getting a beating.
My mom didn't know how to work. My dad, he was a game for him. Like, he like instilled that fear of you already knew, and he would tell you, "Ain't no need to cry."
Y'all know that. Y'all know that was wrong though.
It's abusive
to beat the hell out of a child. I don't care. I don't care if y'all the black. That's an excuse. You know how black people. That's an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You did that. You not supposed. You don't have to do that. But if you stop trying to be their friend,
right? But
it wasn't even that.
It wasn't even that for me. No, we were never friends.
Temper, and he found out something, and he was ready, and he was like, and then the worst thing about it is, why are you talking to me while you whipping me, asking me damn fucking questions?
Oh
like
yeah,
what, Keller?
yeah.
What did he
Like,
say?
Why
are
did
you
you?
gonna do it again? That type of stuff. Like,
Yes.
stop
Yes.
that crying. I'm like,
So,
it hurts.
did you
He
answer?
said, he said,
Are you going to do it again? No, I'm not going to do it again.
But yeah, I think
said,
we've
it
all
hurts.
been
He
through
said,
that.
it's supposed to hurt. I said, I'm supposed to cry. So then he get mad, and then like, you try to be smart. So.
Yeah, so you got worse. But you know, the worst I thought was go out and get your own switch and get your ass beat.
Oh, that was my uncle's on my mother's
I
side.
only got a switch from my grandma.
I never got beat. I never got beat.
And do not bring a switch in here that's small.
Yeah, he used to. My grandfather on my mom's side. Oh, he was vicious. But here's the tea. After he beat them down, now go fix daddy a bowl of ice cream.
Oh hell no!
You just
right, exactly.
You just Kunta Kinte my back.
Right.
That's just like Celia's ass and then telling her.
Yes,
right.
He told him to go down.
But you know, I've never got beat. You know, I never got slapped in the face or popped in the mouth. None of that. I just got beat.
So,
like, I don't see nobody beat you. You're such a good child. Who, your mother?
Both.
What, your mouth or something?
You know, my mouth has always been smart. But I think, but the thing of it is, you know, once you got beat from your mom, he'll come home and beat you again. Oh no!
Yeah, that did happen to me. But and he was
be slick and go to sleep.
Oh, they will yank them covers back, so don't even try that. I'm going to be in early.
Case,
no,
he wasn't my father.
It didn't matter. As long as he was an adult, he was a disciplinarian.
Well, let me tell you what happened to me in my case. Because this man was not my father, which it's going to be in the book. It's going to be in the book. When he would get mad at her, he took it out on me.
Oh no. That's the worst.
He beat me so viciously.
With what?
A belt that the buckle.
With the buckle.
Boom. In my face right here. All this was all swollen.
Oh no.
Now here's what the mother says to me. And when you go to school and if somebody asks you what happened to you.
No.
Your mother.
Oh no.
Somebody asks you what happened to your face, just say you fell off your bike. You know what? But do you know what that sends in their child? Is something wrong with me.
Absolutely.
No, I love them more than I love you.
Mm-hmm.
So of course the school called.
Of course they did.
And they said, well, Antoine came to school today, and she, he fell off his bike. I told him he needs to be more careful.
Because back in that
that goes back to me that something is wrong with me.
Mm-hmm. But the thing of it is, that's what they did. They cover up because they didn't want anything to happen inside the household to be in the streets.
That's what they said.
Yeah, what stays in this house stays in this house.
So I got that plus dealing with something. I'm different. I don't know what it is. I don't measure up. I'm not like these other boys.
Right.
And something feels strange about this man that says he's my father. All this is going on.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't have to deal with step parents and all of that growing up.
I didn't even know he was my step parent.
Right.
Could you imagine that? This will be in the book. It's gonna all be in the yes. It's all gonna be in the book.
You had a step parent, and that's.
So then, who is? I
picture
that person that you be puzzled with your dad.
That's my dad. I met my father.
DNA needed.
I met him at 21.
Wow.
I was in a car accident. My father's a retired firefighter, and the fire department that came on scene that day, it'll be in the book.
Wow.
Was his, but God knew better to have him on that day. He was off that day, so when the fire department came on, they had to cut me out of the car. The car was so. I mean, I walked off. Yes.
Wow.
But before they did that, the fire department, they was like pointing at me and all this stuff and talking amongst themselves and stuff. And they was like, they said, do you have a brother that works for the fire department? And I'm like, no, get me out of this car. But the resemblance was so, I guess, uncanny to them.
Oh, it is.
That
even to this
they
day,
like wrote all this information down, and it's like you need to like. And I'm like, we should get me out of this car. But that was an experience.
Oh my goodness,
that's a crazy experience.
That's
so
really dramatic.
all that's going to be in the book. So
that's really dramatic because just learning from that point. But then you didn't even know that the other guy was your stepfather.
No, until she got divorced. She called me into her bedroom, and she said, "Antoine, close the door." And she said, "Michael is not your father."
Oh my God!
Do you have any questions?
Are you serious?
And at the time, I think I was maybe 8, and she said, "I said, I said, well, what is my father's name?" And she told me his name is Keith Anderson, and his name stayed with me all from 8 until 21 to when I met him.
Oh my goodness! But how come she never told him?
So he didn't know either.
It's all gonna be in the book. What happened was, when our parents' generation was a total different from our generation. When parents said stuff, the children were feared.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So when children get doing their thing, they think that people don't know. And when my mother and father were dating, and I just spoke to my father about, I asked him to tell me how they met. I never heard the story.
Okay.
He said that I was about to cry. He said that he didn't understand why this beautiful girl wanted to talk to him.
Oh wow.
He said that he didn't understand why and he was just at and they just became real close. Two people were like like Keith and my mother was like together, and then they slipped away and do whatever. But they were children.
Okay.
But my grandmother, they noticed it.
Okay.
And told him that, my mother thought she hid me. She told me she thought she hid the pregnancy for 5 months.
Oh my God.
So she didn't tell them, but they knew, because your child, especially when my grandmother and her are the only women in the house. It's a house full of men. And, I'm sure that,
Oh, that's still dramatic.
I'm sure that mothers, I don't know about being a female, and daughters, I'm sure mothers count their daughters' pads and when they get. I mean, I don't know. Write in the comments. If I had a daughter, I would, make sure stuff is straight. Like, I wouldn't physically say that you come on your period. Not necessarily check them, but you notice that this box is still full.
Oh, you're talking about she's not having her period.
Yes.
Like, that's a point. Yeah.
I mean,
but
I know parents do that, y'all.
But but some parents,
I don't know.
Some parents won't check the box, but some kids will automatically take the pads out the box. So that if they did check, it would be gone.
She wasn't that
bright. But you never know.
She wasn't that bright.
Okay. Well, you never know. But other people might. Other people might take the pad out the box each month just because.
She was 14 and ranking 14.
Wow.
Yeah, and it mind you, civil 14. Rights had just and dark skin, and that's it. And I'm not. I don't want people to think I'm making this about her. I love her, even though that
love who?
Clarity is and
yes, that's why I know. Who you love?
Listen, look, he said, I do. I did, and that make me hard for you. I do love my mother. I love her enough to leave the relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that being said, do you have a better relationship with your dad?
Yeah, me and my dad are very close.
Yeah, because you have no relationship with your mother.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, that's why I had to ask. That's why I need to know clarity of who we're loving and who we're not. So that's why I had to ask for clarity.
And that was so clever how you asked that. You said
outside and things.
Right.
Yeah, Kelly, because this is the first time you're hearing this information.
So hearing
it's a lot. It's a lot.
I can tell that not very nice to you growing up. It don't sound like it.
Yes, and the things that I gathered was, first of all, we had to go back to 1972 in the District of Columbia. First of all, there is nobody that looks like you on TV. You're dark skinned. My mother had the most beautiful smile. She was a tiny little dark skinned girl, but never knew how beautiful she was because back then, and I never got into the dark skin, light skin thing.
But that was the thing.
But that was the thing then.
Yeah, it was the thing.
But when I looked at pictures, I'm like, how can you look at that picture and not see? And then as time went on.
Are you an only child?
No. Here's the thing with that.
Right.
My mother's other children, where me and my mother's relationship dissolved, they're all adults. No one reached out to me, or no one said anything to me about anything, and that's fine because I can accept that because you're an adult, you have agency, and also I get that how Black people feel about their mothers. If you want to believe you want to believe the hype, you want to do all of that, go by all means. I don't want nobody in my space that does not want to be there. So it made it easy.
You kind of grew up feeling like a black sheep.
Yes, I did. I did. First of all, because we didn't look alike. We didn't look alike. Times where I would get chastised for getting attention.
Now, let me ask you this. So how many other children is it that your mother has?
She has a son, a daughter, and another son.
And they're light skinned?
No, they're dark skinned.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you don't keep in contact with...
What's the age difference?
I'm the oldest.
I know that, but
I don't know. I think that...
so you didn't grow up... Like, when y'all stopped talking, how old were you when you stopped talking?
That was a reset, right?
But, so you didn't grow up with them? So, like, did you live with them? So what's the age difference between all of y'all?
I think, I'm not going to say his name, but he's probably, I think he's maybe 47, 46.
Okay, 40.
47, 46, and I think she's 43. And then there's another one that's maybe 35, 38 or something like that.
But the thing with this, you went to live with your grandmother.
Yes, when I was born, I stayed with my. They took, Black people. They take the baby and take them away to keep appearances.
Right, absolutely. And, so your grandmother raised you.
Yes, thank God, because she raised me. And then my mother got married because that was her biggest goal. Because I asked her, I said, Mom, when you were, I said, what was one of your goals? She said, Antoine, I just wanted to get married to get out of my mother's house. I said, no, Mom, your goal.
That was a goal.
I mean, what did you?
That was a goal because
like a doctor or like.
But you have to think about it. People going to war back and forth. They got married to stay out of the war. They got married to get out of their parents' house. It was all different types of reasons that we don't do that stuff now.
Well, then she said, begrudgingly, she said, a lawyer. But back then, there was no media that's saying this is something that a Black woman could achieve. But I'm sure there are some 70-year-old Black lawyers today.
Absolutely.
So somebody got the message.
Somebody got it. Absolutely. Because, education wasn't big then, but they were able to get the education. But, a lot of them were adults before they got the education.
Yeah, and I understand. And that's why I'm not mad at her. It's just the reach of what was. Like, I mean, she went to Spingarn. I don't know what the education, I don't know what their education was back then.
Exactly.
He went to Easter. But and it's totally different. Like my father, they got I mean, some stuff is just
Yeah, but you just never know.
I mean, Easton didn't get more than Spingarn. I mean, I mean, I'm just guessing.
Right.
What do you think?
They all got the basics. So that whatever basics was back then, they all got the basics. See now, a lot of times, my parents grew up in Virginia, and they only had one high school for the blacks.
For the blacks,
in a certain location. They were in. We were in. They grew up. My mother grew up in, I think, Percival, and my father grew up in Herndon, but they all got bused to like Leesburg
because they didn't want the blacks to go.
They were segregated, so they were part of that segregation thing.
Oh, so this is post.
Yeah.
The
segregation.
The little girl that walked in the school just said to change the whole thing.
Right. They were all at a black school.
Wow. So that means there were no books.
Right.
Or any of that. Isn't that a shame?
And they have
you got to do your best.
Yeah. But since then they've had, the school is still a standard, but they remodeled it a few years ago. Now, I visited. Mm-hmm. And when they have events, sometimes I go and look at the pictures and stuff.
Oh, you've been?
Oh yeah, I've been to it. Yeah, it's still in existence because it's a historical place to go to.
Because you went because your mother.
And when they have events, we go. I take her to the location.
So what does she say now about? Does she like?
What do you mean? What regards?
Like when she walked through is it like painful?
No.
To walk through there about the tragic stuff that.
If happened? It is, she's never expressed it to me. So.
And I was told that about my grandfather. Like my father and them said, one time they remembered that they went out to eat, and they were refused to
be served. Oh wow!
And my father and my uncle were young, and they didn't. My grandfather told them to come on, and they didn't understand.
Of course,
because he never
experienced that.
But imagine that type of that you're carrying that, but he didn't want to display that to them.
But I'm sure a lot of around your grandfathers, my parents' age, that's just the way it was.
And that's the way it was. River Terrace was where my father lived. My father lived.
Yeah.
River Terrace was one of the first places in DC. You can look it up. That black people were afforded housing.
Wow. And he had a nice house. Your grandfather, it was nice.
And he added on to he was first. He was the first person on the block. He he said it was a black doctor that lived on the street. Okay. And Grandpa said, "Oh, he ain't think about adding on until I added."
But
he wanted to add on.
But they,
he didn't think about that. He didn't think about that until I decided.
That's how it goes. Add on to the house, you'd be surprised how the old way of thinking.
I know.
Try to modernize the old way of thinking. Mm-hmm. If I ain't thought about it first, then they wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, so I guess it was a tug of war. But then my grandfather told me about earlier days. They would spray paint nigger in the trees.
Wow.
I said, really? In the parks and recreation had to cut them there. Could you imagine?
That's horrible. But that goes back to the thing of I don't like how this is my own thing. So I don't like how blacks keep calling each other nigger.
That bothers you?
That bothers me.
Does that bother? See, Kellen is younger.
That bothers me because
that probably doesn't bother.
We weren't allowed to say that in the household.
They weren't allowed.
We weren't allowed to say that in the household.
I mean,
now you're in the streets calling each other nigger, and it's like
like.
I know it's a slang term.
They're not gonna ever stop saying it.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah, I know, but you never hear.
Like, white people can't say it.
Yes, they do.
I said they can't.
They're not supposed to, and
especially when they add that long ER at the end.
Right.
Oh, they say it in the comfort of their home.
Oh, of course, of course. But like I said, we couldn't use the words in our.
And something else is new. This is all talk. This race baiting thing, sexual thing.
Race.
Have y'all heard this thing?
Race dating.
Yeah, it's like it's this new sex craze, where you have sex with someone, and well, I'm sure it's interracial.
Okay.
Are you
And
talking about slave play?
yes,
Yes, I heard of that.
could you imagine?
No.
Yes.
Who's
There
signing
are
up?
black guys that like
Who's
that.
signing up for that?
A lot.
Really?
A lot.
But you know the thing
And
with
they
it.
don't love themselves.
But there's also the people.
You think that's what it is?
But do you put that on the same thing as bondage and sex?
It's a role play thing.
Yeah,
but
not.
like as a
No,
black
thank
person,
you.
I would never ever be like that.
Submissive.
Doesn't turn me on a white guy saying, "Yeah, nigger, slave." Da, 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 da.
Oh no.
But on the time it turns out that we're just
But
playing.
they do. There are some people.
We're just playing, so I can call you nigga in this space.
I know of a person personally that likes it and loves it.
They
But
black
how
or white.
How old are they?
He younger than me.
So he don't know his roots.
No, he do, but he just don't care. Like he's one of those, and he look. I mean,
Oh God.
He dark skinned. He
And yes, sir, boss.
yes, a massive.
Oh no,
But
no.
he got a. I mean, he has a white man
As a boyfriend.
old white man.
As a boyfriend.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't have no problem with that.
Community,
you don't have a problem with.
I don't have a problem with a younger.
No. But like,
I
have a problem with.
Oh no, it's a sugar daddy. I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just definitely a sugar.
Absolutely.
His thing is, he better figure it out because he's thinking, oh, like I'm trying to be with him, he gonna leave me some money. This man got kids.
Oh, he's
not married.
Right, and then he's not gonna get shit.
They're gonna contest that will.
Of course.
So,
that's if he's in the will.
That part.
He might not be in the will.
See, that's why I've always
put it in writing.
No, I've always showed these motherfuckers. No, I've always
notarized.
I've always showed them. Yeah, okay. There's a part of me. My father told me that I said too much on the last show about. Relax,
I
Mr.
feel like you did a good job.
I did. It was
yes.
It was real.
It was a real
relax,
discussion.
Mr. Anderson.
It was a real discussion.
Yes.
And we were back and forth. Right.
Alone.
You should have saw him when he told he's up. Yeah, we need to talk.
But we both said it at the same time.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I knew.
Right, because
I was thinking it.
because that was a real
Like,
situation.
I was like, that nobody cares about that.
Because I was like, oh
said,
my God, you have to have what to do what?
But the way you brought it up,
Yeah.
I was thinking like that was gonna be a question.
Keller was laughing.
Yes.
And you asked it so like
No, because he caught me on guard. He caught me on guard. He was like, and I was like,
and you paused.
And he got me because I was like, okay, I was like, think fast. I was like, think fast, rabbit. Are you going to be honest?
Yes.
And then, because then with the way you see how he guilted me,
it wasn't guilt.
It was like Antoine.
Because I had to get, I had to build it. I had to keep building, and I was building.
But you see me whisper to, I said, I know that. I said, I know it's not. I'm still
like,
working with me.
Whoa.
Right.
Right.
You said they're judges.
No, I didn't judge. Right, because I kept digging. I kept digging.
Like when I was sitting there listening, I was like, okay.
I tried to smooth it over. I said, well.
Yeah. Because I kept digging. I knew there was some reason. I was like, I had to get to it. I had to get to it.
Said,
and I finally got I was like, what?
I was like, think fast, rabbit. Think fast.
I was like, did he have that question written down?
No.
Right out there.
And then you told me. But no, I said, now this is going to, because I'm not the only one.
No.
I'm not the only one. And they was like, well, if he can, then maybe I can.
Exactly, because that was a real moment.
But Mr. Anderson, he like
relax.
That's what I said. Relax.
Relax.
He said, you need to take that off. I was like, really? I was like, come on.
We had a real discussion, and
I
was not even thinking that we were going there at all.
Yeah.
But like even when you went in through like everything, like you were very like.
Well, but that's because years ago I decided that I no longer want to live a lie. I wanted to live my truth, and living your truth is living your truth.
Right.
Now, some stuff is just none of your business.
Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely.
But I decided to live in my truth.
I feel like you saying that there are plenty of people that are the same way.
And
of course.
Probably think that like, I don't want to tell nobody about that, but like hearing somebody being able to be upfront and say what they do, it makes them feel like, okay, well, like I'm not the only one.
Yeah, and in that moment, I understand that's where the generations collided because,
and I think you kind of got freed.
Yeah,
when that happened, he was freed because
in that moment I didn't care about you judging me.
But you didn't think that was a thing.
Did,
but you didn't think it was a thing, though.
No, because I didn't care. I mean, I knew that you
knew it was different, but you didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And don't be afraid to talk to your therapist about those situations because that's what the therapist is for.
Yes.
So
a lot of the times, though, because I haven't got signed up back to those classes, I use this show for therapy,
and that's okay. We all learn from the show,
and it helps a lot. Me putting everything on the table. So,
so that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I have a question.
Yes.
I noticed that you had mentioned something in the group text message.
You put out group text message on
blast.
On blast, but no, go ahead.
Something about a marital status.
Oh,
Kellen, he is watching. Am I supposed to answer?
Live, so, like,
well,
you can edit it out. If you don't want to talk about it.
I was just talking to my best friend about this. When I was young, it's different than when I was younger. I always felt like I didn't belong because I didn't have any years in front of me. Years after I graduated school, now I've had these 20-year relationships, so something stuck, and I had people that actually cared about me, and the caring was different, unlike something that I've never seen outside of my grandmother. Not even in my mother's house, because I can't even tell you what happened in my mother's house. All I know, it was something strange. I felt like I was left out of everything. I felt, Have you ever walked into a room and you felt like you were being talked about?
Every time.
And
when I was growing up, just like that.
And no one, like they see you and
I can't say that I have.
I know you haven't.
I can't say that I have, but I will say, sometimes you feel a little awkward, but I've never felt like I was a stranger in my own.
That's how I felt.
Well, are you the only gay one?
I was the only gay, and I did not look like them.
Yeah.
So that would do it. Okay.
So I had two things against me that was.
And the rest of the kids had the same mother and the father.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah, yeah. Well, I get that.
The step cousin hidden away.
But I was the popular one.
And that's what they couldn't.
And they couldn't.
That's the personality.
And now, I think he might be gay.
Who?
Me. That's what's
going.
Oh
yeah, yeah.
Something is going on with him, and people coming to me and asking me, is he gay, and all that was going on. And this is 1990.
So is any other of your siblings gay?
No.
Mm-mm. Okay.
And I would imagine for a parent to see a child, first of all, they have to understand, listen, I'm struggling with this too.
Of course, but they don't see it from that perspective.
And how it came out was something that was, I guess that was beyond her, because I had a smart mouth. And I just said off the top. And that was unlike her character, and she couldn't handle it. This queen is said, I told her one time, I said she woke me up at 3:00 in the morning because I left a dish in the sink. Antoine, I'll come downstairs.
Oh,
she said, "What? I thought I told you not to leave." I said, you woke me up for this." But mind you, I'm six. I'm coming into who I don't understand who I am, but now I stand in it. But I'm barely standing in it then, but it's coming out.
Right.
I said, you woke me. I said, you are so tit for tat. She was like, whoa.
Surprise.
And you got beat down.
She said, well, Antoine, if you don't like the rules of this house, then you know what you could do.
Oh, no. And you were 6?
No, I was 16.
Oh, well, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it.
But I was just, you learning. I'm learning how to fly.
You probably would have said something to somebody else.
Not only that, now boys are calling the house. And she can't find a date nowhere.
Oh.
You don't think that was?
Of course.
Yeah, you don't think that didn't play a part?
Of course, but you didn't verbalize that.
At the end of the day, I feel like we're gay, and like we have to deal with so much stuff. Thank God for giving us special things like personality and like creativity and things that other people, like the straight people, they be looking at us like, damn, I wish I knew how to do that, or like I wish I was able to. Like I feel like
they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable enough to do the things that we do.
For me, growing up, I was so scared and like sad because like everybody was all on like, oh, he's sissy, da da da.
And that was the first thing.
Huh?
The sissy, but the gay part was the first thing.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
It was making me feel like I mean, of course, I couldn't be myself because the way that you're talking about gay people, I'm trying the hardest way to get away from that because I don't want to be that, and so I'm pretending that I'm not this person, but y'all know I am, but y'all still like
alienate the situation.
Yeah,
I didn't know though. I didn't. Well, I say I had a tough time. I did not accept that I was gay.
Well, I don't think anybody.
How you gonna not accept though?
I just couldn't.
But the thing is, you don't accept it. All of us have a hard time accepting it because you don't know your.
Yeah, because you dated women.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah,
you dated women, Kellen.
I had to.
Kellen, you dated women.
Yes, I didn't come out until I was in my mid-20s.
And then the thing.
Did you have sex with?
Antoine.
Y'all, that's a lot to do.
It is.
I mean, the last episode, when you was
with me
when you heard about.
I know I did it because my name was at stake.
Yeah, but
I was too.
Right.
I was like, look, I gotta tell my parents that like because I just got tired of it. I'm like the middle child, so I already had that middle child syndrome.
Right.
And I just wanted to be happy, be me, but I couldn't be me because
you knew you were gay
because I was, it was
bisexual.
Like yes, but I didn't know how to
Which
handle
one,
it because
gay
one night I go with gays, another night I go with straight, so I'm back and forth.
So you want to keep this. So then this is so you are traditional DL.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes.
DL.
But my mother kept asking me.
Because you don't even seem like the point that would do that. Derek is so honest.
But you have to think about it. I'm trying to figure yourself out. I always tell people
you lied to people.
Yeah, because I think
you embellished.
Right.
I just can't see you lying, Derek.
Because the thing of it is you have to figure it out for yourself. I think people have to figure it out by the time some people figure it out in the teens. Some figured it out in their 20s, and I was in my 20s.
I was in my
20s. Be able to be yourself and be true until you're ready.
Right.
And I wasn't ready in my teenage years because it wasn't acceptable in my
exactly.
School. It would have been a mess if I came out when I was in high school because the way they was wearing out the gays no. So,
see, but it was different from my point of view because, you know Lady Tony. You might not know. Tony and I went to high school together.
Wow. Yeah.
Tony started transitioning in high school.
Wow. He always knew.
Transitioning in high school. Not only that, we were the popular part. Tony was the class president, the senior class president.
And y'all were dancing together.
We would dance.
It's all about that confidence too, because you had that.
Yeah, we had all of that.
I didn't have that.
But the struggle,
lazy-eyed, crazy, like
the struggle with it, because Tony was doing her thing. I'm not transgender. Yeah. Tony would come to school with the finger waves and the Tony's heels. Now senior prom is coming, and it's now it's this big thing that Tony's going to wear a dress.
Oh wow!
That was the big thing across school. Everybody was saying that, if Tony wear dresses, they're going to turn her away. And I'm just all this information stuff, and it's just a lot. And I'm not accepting of. I'm not gay. That
you're not accepting of anything, right?
Yeah, I'm not gay.
How did he?
Tony would come to school. Tony was going to. They would go tracks. Monday morning, I wasn't. They were talking. I had to distance myself. I coached the Palm Squad. I did the Wednesday morning announcements. I said I can't be a part of this. So with all of this, you what is this?
So how did he show up for prom?
Tony wore a sequence pantsuit.
Okay.
All the parents. We could have made so much money. The parents were out there with video. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Because of the talk.
Mm-hmm.
People had their cameras at because our prom was at hotel on right off of Rivertown. I couldn't believe the parents that were out there. Me and Tony, we weren't dates, but we came together.
Y'all were just two friends.
And we met our date. Yeah. And mind you, I'm still not gay. Tony would come to school Monday morning. When I didn't accept it because I was a slow learner. I was slow with everything.
Right.
Tony and them, they were out proud and stuff, and I was working at Burger King. They came up to Burger King in the car with the top down. It was like, Antoine needs to come out of the closet and all that. Child, you're gay, you're a woman. No, you're gay, you're a woman. They played Madonna's Vogue. They were like Vogue in the parking lot.
Why did they know you like that?
Because I stopped talking to Tony abruptly.
Wow.
She got offended. And so I said to Tony, was like, well, they be asking me. They was like, is Antoine gay? And she was like, well, you need to ask him. I said, that's telling him.
Right. Oh my God.
But here's the thing that saved me. This is why the older generations it helps. My manager was gay at Burger King.
Okay.
We closed the store and he said, you're coming with me.
And where'd y'all go?
He took me to Tracks. He took me to Tracks DC.
Oh, that was
all you needed.
Because I didn't think there was a place. I didn't think it was a place for me. When I walked in there, you know how Tracks was.
Oh, loved it. Amazing.
It was.
And that was a story to tell just to go in.
I seen people loving on each other.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen people hug each other, say, how you doing, and kissing each other. I said, all these people are gay?
You got freed.
I said, so I'm going to be okay. And that night on, the self-esteem started growing.
Mm-hmm.
It was, and I'll never forget to this day that he took, and my manager's name was Gregory. He took me there. He said, you're going with me. Because he seen me struggling with it. I think I was maybe 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
This man had to be maybe 50.
Wow.
So am I the only one that didn't have no fucking fake ID when I was growing up?
Well, Tracks back then, I didn't have.
You can't get in the student.
They gave us green dots.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink until I was 22.
Yeah.
Even 16 though? Like they was letting 16?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just can serve you alcohol.
They just could give you the green dots.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't care. I didn't drink.
No, I know that.
I didn't drink.
I just know that, like,
yeah.
for me, I had to get a fake ID to, like, start going out.
I missed that era because I didn't drink.
No.
I started drinking because the performing every night.
But you had to think about when I was coming, the drinking age was 18, not 21. It was 18. Mm-hmm.
What?
It was 18. Yeah.
See, but that stuff wasn't important. Drinking wasn't important to me because that wasn't my thing.
It wasn't important to me, but when I was 18, I wanted to have a drink.
Really?
I wanted to have a drink.
I didn't.
But the thing is, growing up as a teenager, we used to sneak in the parents who had their little bottles. We had little miniatures. We had little miniatures, and we started filling them up with water. and back then, when I was from, they had moonshine a lot too. So,
what's moonshine?
Moonshine is the corn liquor. Yeah, they make it. They used to make their own distillery in the woods and stuff.
Oh, my father buy that stuff. That is hooch.
Hooch. That's what they call it now. It's moonshine.
Moonshine.
That corn liquor.
Yes.
Pure liquor. Supposed to be real strong.
Yes.
It's very, very strong.
Very strong, and they still make it in the country.
Yeah.
You can buy it. You can buy it, but it's better if you get somebody who has made it.
Clarksville, Virginia, where my family is from.
Oh yeah, they still have it.
Oh
yeah, exactly. It's got to be a mason
in a jar.
Absolutely,
the mason jar. They sell it like that.
Yeah. That's not the real. That's
so
it's not the same. Yes, the country is different and it's stronger.
See, I don't even know if I would want alcohol like that. That was made from fruit and all of that. No, I want my stuff.
No, that's not the real stuff.
But I don't want it if you had to take the fruit and put it under a rug and all that and let it do this for 5 days and all that. I'm like, no. I don't know how do people in jail make their liquor. Y'all know, they know that, right? Y'all heard the stories. Y'all heard the stories of people that
it's fermented.
Yeah,
fruit. Like they gotta let the fruit sit for a while.
I don't want them to do it under your mattress. I would buy it from the store.
They don't do that in like real life.
No,
they ain't got no other ways to do it.
Oh, they embellished.
Yes,
they in jail.
They're in jail. Where else you gonna do?
If you outside of jail, you can do other ways.
You know all those emphasis they do on different foods and stuff in the jail too. They have to make stuff out of different things.
Speaking of that,
making tamales. And
you
stuff.
know these people are so institutionalized. Like where I work at, I'm not gonna say anything bad, but the cover with they call it a hookup. You've heard of a hookup?
No.
See, because we never done the jail stuff.
No, I've never been to jail.
But a hookup.
Hell.
A hookup
right.
is the cup of noodles, and people are looking, and they was like, we know what a hookup is. It's what you get, the cup of noodles, the nacho cheese, the Doritos, and all that, and they still doing that. And like for celebration, they want to watch the game. I said, y'all use free. You don't have to do that no more.
But they like
you don't have to eat like that.
It's a delicacy.
For them, yes. Absolutely.
Then
I see them how they do it with the Doritos.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted me to taste it.
And like
I said,
they asked you to taste it?
They wanted me. I said, oh no, I declined. I'm not tasting that.
That's the way it is.
Crunchy up Doritos and cup of. No, thank you. I'll take your word.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the only way they had to do it.
Well, they like for the Super Bowl. This was like y'all don't have to eat like this.
But that's what
stop
they like.
this.
But it's not necessarily a sickness. It's just what they're familiar with when they were in there. Because a lot of these people are gone for 10, 15, 20 years. And they come back in society.
This is true. This is true.
Which I'm glad to. I recently saw something on Instagram about a program where they have like housing for men that
unhoused.
And they come out of jail and they get a place where they can like have a place.
Oh, it's up. I've been to that. Because my job, I went to that location. It's in Heights.
Yeah.
What's that place?
Lincoln Heights?
No, not Columbia Heights. Okay. It's in Columbia Heights. It's right across from the mall.
I've seen another one.
It's right across from the Target.
But the majority of our clients are pretrial.
Okay.
So I mean,
but it's a very nice place.
Yeah,
very nice place.
Like, cause it's hard for people when they get out of jail
to find a place to live,
find a place to stay, and find a job. And I
and they do not want to live on the street.
No.
and it's
but
safe.
I really feel like I wish that somebody would get into Congress or whatever and figure out a way to make affordable housing for people in general. Because
they're not. That's the thing with
Not
this
in
new
this
with this new
administration.
administration. You know, I work with people with disabilities and mental things and homelessness,
Unhoused.
and
We have to say
now
unhoused.
we don't have to.
Well, that's
But
what
anyway,
it's
but yeah, it's unhoused. But it's the funding is lower,
very low in this administration.
yes,
yeah, but
they
like you
keep.
making all these places for people that got money. Like a person like me, I don't make that much money. I want to be able to afford to live and get like a 1-bedroom apartment by myself and not worry about like struggling. And I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Those days are over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
those days
and
are
especially
over.
with DC.
You have to make 6 figures to live in DC.
Yeah,
and
because
nobody want a roommate all the time.
Well, there comes a time, and especially now, I think that everybody is not supposed to be in a relationship. And I don't know. I mean, my experience, I know a lot happened to me.
You just
but
need to stop being scared
and stop bringing your past to your future.
What do you mean?
You just said it yourself.
Yeah.
You just said it right when you put your hand down. You just said stuff from the past.
Well, because I've never had an example of a successful relationship. I have successful friendships.
But don't be a saboteur.
Yes.
It's too, I think it's too late. I honestly think it's too late.
No, it's not. You're not
I think
too
it's too late.
late.
I'm
No, it's not.
53 years old.
It's okay.
Too much attention. You be like, that's too
But
much.
I'm more comfortable. I feel comfortable when I'm closing my door. I'm introvert and extrovert at the same time.
But you don't have to close the door.
Let somebody else take the wheel.
But one of those friendships.
I don't trust nobody.
But one of those friendships could be your relationship that you trust. If you think about it.
Just try it.
I've been taking care of me.
That's why, but it's not the same. That's why it's not moving on.
I need somebody to show me that they got me.
But you don't.
But the person could be showing you, but you're not.
You're not aware of it.
You're not aware of it because you're afraid of letting your guard down.
You got to let it down a little bit.
Gradually.
Talk to somebody. Call us. We'll let you know.
I'm 50. I'm 53.
And I'll be 60 next year.
And it's not like I'm breaking down and I'm still going to be juicy, but I at least got 20 more years.
But do you want to be in a relationship?
I don't know.
See, but that's the thing you got to figure out.
I don't know, Kellen. I don't know.
Don't know
what
that looks like
and what direction to go in.
I like doing what I want to do.
That don't mean that you can't do what you want to do.
Find a partner that like
do what you.
I don't know. We're not doing that.
But there's ways around.
But you don't necessarily have to do what I do.
So you want to do what you want to do, but they can't do that.
I've always been. That's not. You can't. I mean, don't tell me, and don't.
Exactly.
No, not only that. It's just that I'm smart. Don't let me suspect. If you do, I get you that you're gonna do you. I get it.
Just don't let me find.
Don't be naive, Derek, about life. And so people are there.
No one said I was naive about anything.
Like people do what they want.
They do. And
Kelly, people do. You know that.
They do, but like it's all about communication.
Right. All right. On that note, when we coming back again?
We have to look at the calendar.
Yes.